Hey, it's Tom from WPWithTom.com, and in this sponsored video, I'm going to show you how to make a WordPress website with the Bridge theme. So before we dive in, I just wanted to show you a little bit about the Bridge theme. It includes so many different features built into it, but if you go through the link in the description, you can navigate right to this page. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. It's just a link to get you to this page. And then from here, you can click on Live Preview to start seeing some of what the Bridge theme has going on. So within the Bridge theme, there are many different demos. Up here, it says there's 450 demos. If we were to just click on that, we can see that it brings us down to this area where it goes over Elementor demos up here first, and then we can also see a lot of what it has going on. So if we were to just scroll down here, let's just go and click a random one like this right here. This is one that I like a little bit more than most of them that they have on here, but they're all really good depending on what you're looking for. So here is a mock website, and if you go through here, you can see what it looks like. I really love the color combination here with this darker blue, this green and white. I think it's a great combination. We'll just scroll back up to the top, and I'll just show you maybe the pricing page over here as another example. So there's a very nice layout. It's just very clean for a website overall. And then I'll just click on contact, and you can see it has a nice contact form right here and a subscribe form at the bottom. So this is just an example of one of the many demos that you can import in a matter of minutes on your site. So if I keep scrolling down, I'm going to go down to this area, and I'm going to use this one right here for this tutorial. It's called SEO Agency, and the reason why I'm doing this is, first of all, it's a one-page website by default, which I know many of you seem to like out there that watch my videos, and it's something related to a business that you might actually be creating. You could use this as a web design business, or you could use it for SEO, just like the theme demo is right here. So I think it's a great fit. If we were to just go and click About, we're going to see the slider elements on the left side go into play. Look at this. When you slide down, it just slides these elements in. Services takes us to tell people more about our services. Blog slides us down a little bit more to latest from our blog. And then we have a contact form with another nice slider right here built into the theme. And then we have this go back up to the top, but we also have down here this nice footer, which I'm going to go over how to edit as we go through this tutorial as well. So we can just slide back up to the top, and this gives you an idea of what we're going to be creating within this actual tutorial. So to get started, I'm actually going to just X out of this and this one right here, and then we'll go back over to the Envato Marketplace on themeforest.net. So over here, you want to just note that it has future updates included right here, and it comes with 6 months support from Code, which is the group that has brought you this theme or created this theme here. I also just want to point out that it is one of the most popular themes on ThemeForest. If you look, it has almost a perfect score with nearly 60,000 ratings, and there have been almost 130,000 sales. So it's a high quality theme, and I really wanted to point out that it is a Power Elite author here, because you want to be buying themes that are from trustworthy authors who have the incentive to keep making the theme better and keep updating it in the future. You don't want to buy a crummy theme that people aren't supporting and continuing to improve and support. So they've already been implementing Elementor on so many of these different sites and really just improving it over time. So you can see right here it says Major Bridge Update 20.0. That means they just updated this theme, and they're going to continue to update it because they have a lot of incentive behind it. So I just wanted to point that out before we just add this to the cart, and then you can go to checkout. Now I actually already have the theme itself, but this is where you would check out and pay and then download the theme from here. And next I'm going to go over where you can actually get hosting through my link in the description. It's wpwithtom.com/greengeeks, and then I'm going to walk through how to install WordPress there. Now, if you already have hosting and you already have WordPress installed, you can just skip through those steps in the timestamps below this video, but I'm just going to go through how to set that up for people that don't already have WordPress installed. And basically, hosting is what's going to allow your website to be live and on the internet, so you are going to need to have that in case you don't know what it is. So let's just navigate over, again, wpwithtom.com/greengeeks, and from here I'm just going to go through the process of signing up for hosting and then installing WordPress. Alright, so once we're on this page here, we're going to go to where it says hosting and then WordPress hosting if you're not already there by default. And then we're going to have these options of Lite, Pro, and Premium. It says best value is pro right here, and I tend to agree with that because you can have unlimited websites with a pro plan. And for the longer durations plans, it gets to be as low as $5.95 per month when you sign up with them. And then you can host unlimited domain names. And if you were to opt for something like the light plan here, you'd only have one website or one domain name that would be able to really be hosted on here. You can also have subdomain names as well, but you're really only going to have one website or domain as it says here. The other thing I wanted to point out is that you get a free domain name for the first year, and if you already have a domain name registered somewhere else at a different registrar, you'll then be able to get 1 year added to that purchase on that domain name. So it's going to give you another year of active life on that domain name if you were to go with one of these plans here. So I'm just going to go through the process of signing up for the light plan here. I already actually have a plan, but then I'm just going to go through this and show you if you already have an existing domain name, that's where you'd want to put that if that's which one you want hosted here. Or if you need to get a new one, you could then do that here. So I'm just going to put SEO Rocket 123 right here and check availability. I'm going to make sure it's a .com. In my case, that's what I would like, and I would recommend to others that are trying to start out, at least within the United States. If you live in a different country code may be more appropriate, but .com generally is the best option for people within the United States because it's the most well known. So here you want to enter your information such as your email address, first name, last name, all this information here. The important thing that I wanted to cover is your plan. So right here to get the $295 a month rate, you're going to have to basically go for 3-year duration. Now just know that you have a 30-day money back guarantee. It says it right here on the right side. So if you're not happy, you can get a refund within 30 days. But in my experience, this is basically the best budget-friendly host out there. So to get something like this is a pretty good deal. And if you want it to go monthly, that's an option as well, but it's going to be more expensive. I would recommend that you at least opt for a yearly plan and take advantage of the savings that you're going to get for the longer duration plans. So just think of it like this. If you were going to create a business or something like that, you're never going to be able to start it up for $3 a month. It's just never going to happen. So I'm going to just go through the mock process here of signing up with this 3-year plan, and it automatically adds the best coupon once you've used the link in the description. So take advantage of that. And then right here it says who is privacy protection. So you want to have this enabled. In my opinion, it's best to do because it keeps your information private, such as your email and your phone number that you sign up with for this plan. I would recommend that you have this checked. And if you were to uncheck, you're going to save about $10 on a total deal here. But I would recommend to have it checked in almost every case here. So once you're happy with that, you can go down and fill out this payment information and then just click create account and get started. So once you've done that, you're going to receive an email with the information that you signed up with here. And then we're going to just go back over to GreenGeeks, and here we're going to log in to our account with the information that we just set up in the sign up process. So here I'm just going to enter in my plan information right here and my password. And I'll just then click enter. So once we're in this area right here, we're going to go and click see panel. And from here, we're going to have some options. So if we scroll down, we can see Softaculous Apps Installer. I'm going to go to where it says WordPress here and just click install. And from here, I'm going to put in the information on my website. So this is going to be my domain name, WP Fundamentals. I'll just make it HTTPS in this case. I'll show you how to enable HTTPS for a more secure protocol here with SSL enabled. I'm going to then just leave this blank over here, and here I'm going to put a title for my site and a description. So since this is going to be an SEO related site, I'll just put SEO Hero, and I'll just be putting saving websites from bad search engine rankings. Just some silly tagline right there. And from here, you can go and put an admin username. I'm just going to put WP Fundamentals in my case, but you might want to put something like SEO Hero if that's what your site is, SEOhero.com. You might want to put that. Just realize that this is case sensitive here. And then I'm going to hide the password of my case and put one that I'm going to be able to remember here. So I'm just going to enter one that I enter on all these mock websites. And then you want to put a good email here. So you want to put something that you're going to be able to remember in case you have to retrieve the password. So I'm just going to put in this WP with Tom email right here. Here I'm going to leave the site language as English, and then I'm going to go down here. Since we're already going to use the awesome bridge theme, we're just going to click install and skip that last section down there. And now it's going to install WordPress. This should just take a few seconds, and there we go. It says congrats, the software was installed successfully. So I have SSL already enabled on this domain name, but in case you don't, we can go navigate back to our login area that we logged into for GreenGeeks, then go over to where it says security, add SSL certificate, and from here you want to just choose your plan and then select the domain name, and then you want to select a provider with the free option there and enable it. That's how you would enable your SSL on your website. If you need help with that, just reach out to the support at GreenGeeks. It's one of the best support options in the WordPress industry, in my opinion. So reach out to them if you're stuck on this part, but this is where you'd want to add an SSL certificate. Now, once we have that set up, we can go back over to here, and this is going to be our login page. So it's going to be whatever your domain name is, .com, .net, .org, whatever it is, /wp-admin. So I'm just going to click on that, and we're going to log into our site. Now, I'll quickly show you. If we log out and we go to wpfundamentals.com/wp-admin right here, and we enter it, this is going to take us to our login page. And right here is where we're going to put the sign up information that we just came up with. So our login and our password will go right into here, and that is how you'll log in each time to the dashboard area of your website. So this is considered the dashboard, and our WordPress install is complete now. And if you haven't already downloaded your theme from ThemeForest over here, make sure you download the files here, and then I'm going to go through the process of how to actually install the theme with the files that we have in place. So if you haven't already, download it from themeforest.net within your account, and then I'm going to show you how to just easily set up the theme and install it the proper way on our site. So let's navigate back over here. We can actually X out of GreenGeeks and the GreenGeeks panel here. Again, once you download it from ThemeForest, we actually don't need that one as well. And I'm going to go through the process of now installing the theme. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to my desktop where I've already downloaded the theme, and I'll go over to where it says Appearance Themes first. So then we can actually go and drop the theme in once we click Add New here. So we'll go to Upload Theme, and this is where you can browse, or you can actually just drag it and drop it in there. So I'm just going to make this a little smaller, and what I'll do is I'll take this over here just so you can see it a little better, and you can just right click and unzip the theme by just going to Extract All, and then I'm just going to click Extract. It's actually on the other screen right now, so it's extracting the items from this file. And I'm just going to put replace files in the destination in this case, and then it actually opened it in my other monitor. So this is what it looks like right here. So what we can do is we can grab the bridge theme and just drag it and drop it on over, and then click install now. Or you can browse for it, and then you're going to want to select this one that just says bridge that looks zipped right here. So that is the actual theme that we're going to be installing here. And it takes a moment to go through this installation process. As you can see, it hasn't done anything yet at this time. I'm just going to make this bigger while it's going through this. And now it says unpacking the package, installing the theme, and now we have theme installed successfully. So we can just click activate right now, and now that makes it our active theme. So if we were to just go over, and we're going to go back to themes again, I'm going to actually go and make this smaller again, and I'm also going to then import this child theme right here. So it says add new for themes, and I'll just click upload theme, and with this child theme I'm just going to drag it and drop it in right here, and I'll click install now, and we'll just click activate because it went successfully right in there in place. So it says install required plugins at this point. Right now we actually don't want to do that. I want to go through a little bit here and just go into where it says plugins, and I'm going to delete the two out of here that come by default. I'll just go to bulk actions, delete, and hit apply, OK, and I'll delete both of them. I'll also go to appearance themes. So we have a lot going on in here. So we have to have this bridge theme, which is the main theme or the parent theme, in place. And then this is the child theme. It helps with updates to keep our site up to date without making major changes when future updates are done. So it keeps it secure by having it on this child theme. I'm going to leave it as is for these two. Then over here, I'll click Theme Details, Delete, and I'll hit OK. Theme Details, Delete, OK. Theme Details, Delete, OK on 2016, and on 2020, Theme Details, Delete, OK. So now we're just left with our two themes here, the parent and the child theme. I'm also just going to go over to Pages real quick, and I'm going to delete both of these, move them to trash, click Apply, and go into the trash, and then I'm going to bulk delete permanently, apply, and that gets rid of those two pages as well. So that sets us up where we don't have any extra pages. If we go into post, there's probably one in here. We can trash this as well. And I'll go to trash and just delete permanently. So now we got rid of all the dummy posts, dummy pages, the extra themes that come on here by default, and the plugins as well. So if we went over to Appearance Themes again, we can see it actually says right here, begin installing plugins. So we're going to be using plugins that are necessary to run this theme. Now, not all of these are necessary, but I'm going to just go and bulk actions, install all of them, and click Apply, just so you don't have to wait for me to go one by one installing each of the plugins on this tutorial. So it's going to go through installing all 8 of them right now. It's going to take about 30 seconds or so, and then they'll all be ready to go. So I'm just going to pause the video real quick while they all load here. So that took about 30 seconds or so. It says all installations have been completed. So if we go back over to where it says plugins, we should now see that all of these plugins are here. Now what we have to do is we actually have to activate all of them. So let's just click right here, and we'll go to Activate for bulk options here and click Apply, and we're going to activate all 8 of the plugins that we just installed there. So that just took a few seconds, and now you might have noticed that there's a lot going on in the sidebar that wasn't there before. If we wanted to, we can actually right click up here and open the site in a new tab, and we can see what it looks like right now. We can see that the bridge child theme is in effect, but there's not a whole lot else going on. In fact, there's not even a menu showing right here because we deleted all the pages. So what we can do to get started here is we can actually go through the process of first installing our demo theme, and then I'm going to show you how it has so many options included in this code options area within this theme itself, including some very powerful ones. So let's go into actually installing our demo content now to change the look from our theme of this to the SEO one that we originally saw. So if we go over to where it says Bridge Dashboard, let's just click on that. And you're going to have to use the information that was given to you through ThemeForce when you made your purchase. It should be in your account, or you should have received an email about it. Just be sure to reach out to them if you are having an issue with your purchase code. So I'm just going to put mine in here, and I'll just put my email in, and I'll register my theme. So it says right here you have successfully registered your copy of the theme. So let's just go back into import, and we'll go back through the steps that we were just going to do. If we go in here again, I'll just click by Elementor, and I'm going to use this SEO agency one right here. Now you can choose what type of import that you want, and if you want to use the attachments on there, I am going to use the attachments in this case, and I'm going to select all to import the entire site. And now I'll just click import and OK. Now this process does take roughly 30 seconds to a minute or so from what I've experienced so far. So you can see this progress bar go through up to 100%. Once it gets to 100, it actually doesn't pop up with a message. It just means that it's complete. So let's just wait until we get to 100 here, which it already almost is. And now it says import is completed. So you got to look for that message. We can just click X to get out of that. And now if we were to go over to our site and just refresh it, we're going to see a total different look. And there it is, voila. Our new theme is in place with all of the demo content, just like that. So we literally have installed this beautiful site, or whatever one that you may have went with when you were installing it if you used a different demo than this, in just a matter of minutes with the bridge theme here. So next I'm going to go back here to the dashboard area, and I'm going to go through the process of going through some of these different options under code options here. Now there are so many different options in here. As I just said, you can see that there's so many on the left sidebar here within the bridge child theme. I'm just going to go over a couple of the main ones that I'm going to be using within this tutorial here, and ones that you might really want to use yourself once you're going through making a website. So logo is going to be the first one here. I'm actually going to go through the process of creating a logo, but here is where you would add that within the back end here under the code options area. And as you can see here, there's different options as far as normal, light, dark, sticky header, fixed, advanced header, and there's different options that you can use your logo for. I'm just going to go through the process of creating one, and then we're going to add it to the site. You can add it through here, or the appearance customizer most likely will have that as well, but I'm going to go through here when I'm adding the logo. Another thing that might be interesting to you is fonts right here. And you can see the different fonts, the colors, and the sizes right here. Now within Elementor, you're going to be able to adjust sizes as needed when you're creating different elements, but you can also do that right here and change the text color as well right here, which is a nice feature to have built into the theme itself. And down here, I also just wanted to show you social as well. And the social area allows you to share your social buttons on posts that you might make. So let's say you write a blog post and you want to enable social sharing. This is how you would do that. You just click yes, and you can also connect your Instagram and Twitter accounts here as well and save those options if that's something that you want to do. Now there are so many other options in here. As I said, if you want to, you can explore them and try them out for yourself and see what works for you. I also wanted to just mention down here we have the slider revolution, and I am going to go into this a little bit as we start creating our site here. I'm just going to close that for now, but you can see we already have 3 by default. Right now we have the home slider 1, content slider 2, and content slider 1, and these are all built into the actual theme itself. So this would be home slider 1, and then content slider 1 right here, and down near the bottom at the contact form would be content slider 2. And we're going to get into using the slider revolution right here so we can start editing those. But first I'm just going to just scroll back up to the top of the site and go back here into the dashboard, and I'm just going to go over the process of rearranging our menu. So over here, if we went to appearance and menus, this is how we could start rearranging our pages on our site if needed. So right here we have the home, about, services, blog, and contact pages. And here we have the same corresponding pages, and then we have this quote button, which I'm going to get into later as we go through this. But if you wanted to reorder them, you could simply just go here, drag it, and drop it to reorder them. So if you wanted the about over here, you could do that. I'm going to just leave it in the exact same order it came, like that. And I'm going to make sure it's the top navigation. I'm just going to leave everything the same and just click Save Changes. But I wanted to quickly show you that this is where you could rearrange the menu. If you wanted to add another page to the menu, go to Pages, Add New, create that page, and then it will show up here under Appearance menu, and then you can just click it and then add it to the menu if you want to. So if I were to add this sample page there, I could then put this in here somewhere. Granted, I would need a custom link, and for now I'm just going to delete that and remove it and just save the options just so we have the same home, about, services, blog, and contact in that order. But I really wanted to be able to show you how easy it was to set that up if you want to rearrange the menu items, or if you want to delete one, you can easily just go in here and remove it as well. So that is an option if you want to do that. Next, I'm actually going to get into starting to edit the site a little bit here on the front end with Elementor. All right, so to use Elementor, we can go right up here to the top and click Edit with Elementor. And there's just some basic features that I want to go over before we actually start editing anything, so you can get the hang of how Elementor works. So Elementor has these widgets over here on the left side. This is the free version of Elementor. I do have a link in the description below if you want to get Elementor Pro to give this even more power and more widgets in here. It's wpwithtom.com/Elementor if you want to check that out. But for now, I'm just going to be using this free version in here and just going over some of the basic edits. So before we get started, if you go down to the bottom, it says Preview Changes right here. This says Responsive Mode, and you can view what it looks like in a tablet, mobile, or on a desktop. I'm using desktop now. You can go into History, and you can make changes if needed. Here you can go to the Navigator, and you can go from different sections and rearrange sections of the website within this Navigator area. So from up here, you can actually search for widgets right in this area, And you also can go over here and exit to the dashboard or view the page or use the Finder to navigate to different pages. Since this is a one-page website, you probably don't need to use the Finder here. And over here, you can just click this to go back to where all the widgets are. So that's just a quick little run through of how Elementor works. I'm going to show you if you wanted to add a new section. Let's go all the way down to the bottom, and I'll just show you if you wanted to add a new section. It says drag widget here. You literally could go over here and drag something and just drop it right in, and that will give you that element. If you want to change the layout of it, you can go and change the structure right here. So if you want something too wide, for example, we can go back over here, get an element, and let's just drop an image in right here for an image placeholder. And then you can also go right here, you can actually copy it and then paste it right in. So there's a lot that you can do with this. If you want to delete it, you can just go right here, delete. And let's say you didn't mean to delete that, you could go down to the history and then change the history back and revert it back to where it was. I'm going to go and also delete this here. You can also go and right click and delete as well. So there's two different ways that you can do that. I'm going to delete this area altogether, but I just wanted to show you that's how you could easily drag and drop different elements in there from the basic elements or the general elements over here within Elementor's free version. So if you had Pro, there would be a Pro version, and it would be about 30 different elements or something like that on the left side. So in this case, I just want to go through some of the editing. So right here, this is all part of the slider revolution, and if you wanted to edit this, you can just right click, edit slider revolution. I'm not going to do that for now. I'm actually going to just scroll down and show you a few more things with Elementor before we dive into editing the sliders. And you can edit as you go, as you need. I'm just going to show you, say right here it says watch video. Maybe you want to add a video into this area. I can just go over here and grab the video widget and drag it and drop it right below, and it has this placeholder in effect there once we drag and drop this in. So here you can get a video link from within YouTube. It's very easy to do. You can even choose the start time and end time. You can choose if it auto plays, so when the page is loaded, it will just start playing the video. People usually use these for backgrounds at the top or the header area within a website. I'm going to just leave it in here as an example, but you can also choose to mute it if you don't want sound playing. I would probably recommend that unless it's like an introductory video that you want to give people an option to click on. I wouldn't just autoplay with noise or somebody talking. I feel like that's kind of a bad way to do it, or almost like a forcing a bad experience or potentially a bad experience. I would give people the option to just click on it if it's somebody talking or there's noise, and then you can have it loop. So a lot of people like to mute it and have it loop and run in the background of the header as this nice scenery background, or maybe the background of something to do with your business. So that is an option as well. And you can also choose privacy mode or modest branding as well right here. I actually am going to have an entire playlist on my channel about all of the elements within Elementor, so be sure to check that out if you're interested. But for now, I'm just going to just click update right down here to make the changes go into effect. And then from here, if you wanted to, you can make some other changes. So let's just go down to where these services are. And I just wanted to show you, if you wanted to, you can easily just click here and click duplicate to make a second row. So if you wanted to, you can just right here duplicate and duplicate again. And now we have 2 rows of services here. And then you could literally just change the services. You can actually change the images as well. But if you see right here, this is an image that was created specifically for this website. So you can actually change the image by just clicking on it. We can look at the media library that we already have images from right here. These are all images that came loaded onto the theme itself, or you can upload your own files if you create images. I recommend something like Canva or getstencil.com if you want to create images for free to use here that you can have a lot of flexibility over. And you could just upload them right into here. You can change different features within here if you want the content aligned to be left, for example. You can see that now it aligns it to the left for this box. If I want to go back to center, I can do that, and now the center text and image are there. So what you can also do is if you wanted to, you can click on this, and then let's just scroll down, and it says keywords play a major role in this formula. You want to include words people well searched for, and then throughout your website and your content. So that's where you can change this text. It's going to be corresponding right here. If you want to, you can easily change that. And then you also can go into the advanced tab. So let's just click on this, and we're going to scroll up to the top and click on advanced. So actually let's go right here and click edit section, and then we'll go over to where it says advanced motion effects, and here you can change an effect. So if you want it, you can actually have it fade in, and you can see this whole section fades in. You can make it slow. You can actually add a delay. So the delay is in milliseconds, so it's basically 1,000 equals 1 second. So if we wanted to, we can have that go in effect. Let's just go and update. So right now we had no effect before. If we click on this, preview changes, it's going to open in a new tab, and we can look and see what it looks like. So when we scroll down to that services section, watch it fade in. Let's scroll down, and there it just fades in nice and slow. We can even put more of a delay on it if we want. Let's go and put a delay of 1,500 milliseconds, which is a second and a half. And then we'll go back over here. It refreshes on its own in this preview. And if we scroll down, you'll see that it comes in arrow. Maybe that's a little bit too slow, but you can play with it and get it as needed. So I'm just going to make it 800 in this case, and I'll just click update. So you can play around with it again and just figure out what works for you. Another thing that I wanted to show you that you can also do is if you go down here, let's say we want to change this background color. I can just literally click on it, right click, edit section, go to style right here, and here is the color. So if you wanted to, you can add a gradient with different colors here, multicolor, kind of a cool look. And if you mixed in this orange, I bet it would look kind of cool. So let's just go right here, and maybe we'll make it a little bit darker or something like that. But that would go along with a lot of the colors on this website if we were to have it like that with that gradient. You can also go here and get the hex code for this orange. And let's just say you wanted to make the whole background orange. I could just go in here, paste that in, and now I have this orange here. I don't like how it looks right here with this "we promise not to spam you." I think I'm just going to delete that out of here and just leave this background. I think this orange pops more than that bluish purple color that we just had. And then from there you can just save it, and that's an easy way to change your background within the style tab here. You can also edit your typography and your text color if you'd like. And from here I'm just going to go and click update to make the changes go into effect. And that is just some of the changes that we can make. Again, this is another one of the slider revolution features, so I'm not going to go into this right now, or the one at the top, but we're going to get into that here in a second. First, I'm just going to go back over here and just preview some of these basic changes we made. So if we scroll down, we can see that now there's this video here. Now we have 6 elements that just fade right in within the services section. Here you can change the text and also delete if needed, just as we were showing. Here's how you change the background right in this section. And down here, we're going to get into this in a little bit, as well as these footer options down here. So let's just scroll back up to the top. Actually, we can X right out of this page for now. And from here, we're going to get into editing this slider with the Edit Slider Revolution 6. When we right click on that, and then we're going to be able to start editing the module by clicking Edit Module here on the left side. So once this content loads, let's get into actually editing this area. All right, so here we are within the slider module here, and you can see that there's all these different options going on. If you hover over each of these images, you can see that it gives this blue box around it. And if you were to go down here, if you were to hover over, you'll see which one goes with each corresponding image. So let's just keep scrolling down. And I'm actually going to just show you how to change an image right here. So we have image 8 right here. I'm going to click on that one. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this image out. So I'm going to go right here. I think it's hard to read, and I want to just show you that you can easily add in an image as well. So right here it says media library. Let's just click on that right now. And I'm going to then upload an image to our library. So I actually created this image on getstencil.com. If I were to just make this smaller, I can then go and drag and drop the image right in to the actual site itself. So then I'm actually just going to click insert, and then it's going to replace that text there. Now right here are the delays that you have in place. So if we went and previewed it, you can see when everything enters the screen. Let's just preview it right now in the lower right corner. And there it goes. So that is actually the last thing to go in, but I think it looks way better than what we had here with the text that was there. So if you wanted to, you can actually change this and make it a longer transition. So if we were to click on the edge of it, we can drag it and make it a longer transition or longer time that it enters in. I'm just going to put it at basically an even 1000 or so right here, if I can get it right. And there we go. Let's just go and preview it now. You should see that it slides in later now, or a little bit slower. And there it goes. It took a little bit longer, half a second longer to slide in. And that is how you could easily just replace an image. So down here, you can go and change the time frame. So right here, it says wait 300 for all of these over here. Another thing you can do is, let's just say you want to change how an image works with the animation. So if we were to, let's just preview it one last time right here. If we go down to preview, and let's just say I wanted something to come in at a different angle, maybe this get more for your money. I'm going to just exit that, and here you could change this image if you want. I'm going to just leave it as is. What I'm going to do is go to animation, and I'm going to make sure it goes right here in, and I'll just click on that. And here you have different options. So let's go to where it says slide transitions here, and I'm going to just hover over, and you can see what it will look like from all different transitions that we can put into play. So I like this one, this long slide from top. It gives a nice big transition there. It goes quite a distance compared to what we have on other slides. So if we were to just click on that, we're going to see that it takes right now 1000 to get to it. So if we just click on it, you'll see which one it's on. Let's go and preview that on the main page here. And you can see it has this big transition to slide down. It slides down pretty quickly, but it's a larger area for it to slide. You have more animation there in a way. So we can also go and just click on something like this. Let's make this one slide for a longer duration as well. So it says image 0. If we go and drag that, let's just make it like 1.5 seconds. And I'm just going to leave it right there. It's hard to get it exact, but you know, it's not going to make a huge difference. So you can also put it over here, I guess. I didn't even think about that. So from here, let's just go and preview it, and we'll see what it looks like with the entrance of the people. And it's a slower, gradual slide in, and I kind of like this. You see the animation a little bit more going on here. So if you wanted to, you can go and create text on something like Get Stencil or Canva and make your own text right here on the screen itself. And then let's go and transition this guy to also be 1500, just like we did with the woman right here. And I'll just go one last time and preview this change and see how it looks. They both slide in together, and then this slides in at the end over here. I like how it looks overall. I'm just going to go and click save to change and save the file right here. And now if we go back over to Elementor, let's go and click preview changes to look at it on a new tab and watch the changes that go into place. So it looks a little bit different. I actually like the movement more. I think it gives your eyes more to look at. So maybe if you wanted it to only focus on one specific thing, you make this a unique color, and it says get more for your money or something, best SEO services or saving websites from bad SEO, like it says right here. Maybe you want to make that pop and not be the only animation on this page, but I just wanted to show you some of the basics within the Slider Revolution area here for this plugin. There are so many more things that you can do here, and in reality, this could probably be a 20 or 30 minute video just on Slider Revolution by itself. So I just really wanted to cover some of the basics here, and next I'm going to go over and just X out of this. I'll X out of our page here, and I'll go back to this area right here, and from here we're actually going to navigate back into the dashboard, and we're going to go into where it says appearance and customize to make some minor edits to our site within the customizer for our page. So let's start doing that next. Alright, so now that we're in the customizer area right here, we can actually go to where it says widgets, and I'm just going to scroll down and show you what the footer looks like right now. So we have the logo right here, and then we have the phone number, email address, and then a physical address, as well as some social media icons. So if we click on footer column 1 within our footer area with widgets section right here, we can see that it says image, and that is where our logo would be. So if you want to replace this logo, I'm going to actually go through how to make a logo here shortly, but you can do that and replace the image, or you can remove it entirely just by clicking remove, and you can see right now when it updates, now there's no longer a logo there. Totally up to you if you want to do that, but that is an option. You see it says code icon with text, and right here, if we were to just scroll down a little bit, we can see that down here it says the telephone number and it has the icon for the telephone as well. So if we were to just go right here, we can see that it says icon color, and then if we keep going up, we can then find where it has the icon itself. So it says icon size, yes. There are so many different options in here. So here it is up here at the top. It says font awesome icon, and from within here you have so many different options. Let's just go and put mobile and see if that makes any difference. We're going to see it goes to upgrade, and now it has a cell phone image. So that is something you could change there. Again, there's so many options over here. If you want to go through this, change the icon color, you can do that. Maybe I'll do that and just select a color and have it be the same color on each one. So let's just go and grab this hex code right here. I'm going to copy it. And if we go and see what it looks like when it updates, it's very faint because the icons are so small, but that is what it would look like with the blue in place here. So I'm just going to actually go back up here and close the number 1. And let's go into the second one right here. So this says envelope here for the email address. And if you wanted to, you could add a different email address below. But let's go look where it says envelope open, for example. And it should give us a new icon down here at the bottom, and there it is. And you could easily use that one for the mail. And then you can also go down here and change the icon color. I'm just going to paste in the same color we just had. And here it updates to this color down here at the bottom. So I'm going to also go up again, and I'll just close this code box, and I'll open the third one right here. And this one has a marker for a map marker. Maybe we can just put map instead and just make it easy. And it should look a little bit different. Yep, there's that icon. I think the map marker looks a little bit better in most cases, but I wanted to just show you you can change it, and there's going to be options there for whatever you need to change it to. So if we just paste in this color again, we're going to have a new color down here at the bottom. So that is how you could change those. And again, if you just scroll down a little bit further, you can actually change the address within this text area as well if needed, and the color for that text as well. So let's just go back here. We can hit publish to make the changes go into effect. And then we can also go to where it says footer column 2, and that is going to be the social icons. So here we have Facebook, and again, it's going to be the same thing. Here's where you put your link. And if we scroll back up here, we can see that it says font icon element, and it has Facebook. If you wanted to, you could do Facebook with a square around it or something like that, just to mix it up. And again, you could do the same for Twitter and for Instagram as well. So that is how you would do that. I'm just going to hit publish just to make those changes go into effect. And I really just wanted to show you how easy it is to actually edit those. Now, if we see at the top here, we have this free quote button. Let's go back, and then from here we can actually go to header bottom right, code button right here, and right here it's talking about this button. It's the only one here on the page, in the header at least. I'm going to put it as small, which is what it was to begin with. And from here we can actually go and make some changes. So if you wanted to change the text from free quote, you could add something else here and have a different option for people to click on if they want to see different information. And here you can choose what you want as far as your link goes. So if you want to have it linked to a specific part of the page, maybe you can have it so it scrolls down to the services section right here. And it's probably going to be services in most cases if you use the anchor link. And that is how you'd be able to actually change this button right here. You can also change the style as well if you want to. And if we go down a little more, you can change things like the color, background color, hover color, all types of things with the button. So I just wanted to show you that is where you could change that. And if we go back here, I'm actually going to make sure it's published, and I'm just going to X out of this area. And then we're going to go into actually creating a quick logo for our site. And since it's SEO Hero, we're going to do something along those lines. Let's go over to where it says code options, and you can see right here it says logo. So let's go to where it says logo. And from here, I'm going to go over how to get a free logo and then just how to add it right to the site. So in this case, let's go over to a site called logomaker.com. That's logomakr.com. And let's get into how to make this logo. All right, so this site allows us to make logos for free. It gives us a 3-step process here. It says find logos and graphics, And then it says there's tools over here if you want to use, and then you can save it up here in the upper right. And you can also use this color wheel, which is what I usually use when I'm creating these logos. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in hero up here just as an example, and I'm going to use this first guy right here. So let's just click on this one. You might want to search through and find something that you like, but I'm just trying to make something quick and easy for SEO Hero. And if I wanted to, I could then go make the icon color different here within this color wheel. I'm just going to go with that. Maybe I'll go slightly darker right there. And I'll go over here and I'll just grab some text. And from here, I'm going to just type in SEO. And I'll just highlight the text right here. If you want to, you can drag it and move it around as needed to resize it. Or you can just actually click off and grab the text and drag it around right here. So I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to put this right on here. I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to bold it. Maybe slightly bigger than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it centered. You can see this line goes down his face actually right here once I get it centered. And then I'm going to go up here and make the color white on this so that just stands out with SEO. So this is my SEO hero right here. That's just a quick and easy logo. There's so many options within the different shapes and things that you can use up here, and you can always mix different text and colors and shapes over there as well. I just wanted to quickly show you how to use this free tool. If we go and click Save Logo, it's going to pop up and say if we want it to be a high resolution file, we have to actually pay $19 to download that file. But we want a free low resolution one, we can use that here. And it says credit is required, so I just want to let everyone know I'm giving the credit to logomaker.com. And then I'm just going to click OK. And from here, I'm going to go to my downloads folder, so right here. And I'm going to find the actual logo right in there. And what I'm going to do is go back over here, click Upload, Upload Files, select File, and I'm going to go to my downloads and find the logo that I just created right there. So in most cases, you'd want to title this. So let's just make it SEO Hero. And I'll just go and I'll copy that and I'll paste it in as the alternative text. And I'll select the image. So let's just go and click Save Changes here. And we'll save those changes. And next, let's just go over to the site. I'm going to refresh it. Actually, there it is already in place. But you want to make sure it goes into place there. So that is what it looks like right here on our site on the home page. So that's pretty nice that we can just put that logo on there. You might want to add the logo in different formats. So right here it says light and then it says dark right here. You can do that. And if you don't want it to show up at all, you can just hit remove on these ones to remove them and then just save the changes. So now it says all our changes are saved successfully. And this is our logo here on the site. So you can see that it actually looks decent. I think you could go and tweak it and make it better if you really want it, but it goes with the site pretty well because it is SEO Hero in this mock example, and we're saving websites from bad SEO, just as I mentioned. So it's a pretty cool way to make a logo in just a matter of minutes. Really, that's the last thing I wanted to wrap up with, showing you this theme tutorial here. I'm going to X out of Logo Maker and just leave us with the site so we can look at what we've created here quickly. Now you can do so much more editing, especially with how easy it is when you're using the bridge theme here by code. And I really just wanted to show you again, let's just refresh and watch our slider come into place here with our logo and the changes that we made right here. We went over how to add a video, how to change text, how to duplicate different service sections here, how to actually change text here, change the background here, a lot of little edits, and you now know how to also edit this as well and change the footer icons here as well. And if we scroll back up to the top, I really want to just say I hope this helped you learn how to make a WordPress website with the bridge theme. I really appreciate them for sponsoring this video. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more WordPress related content, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. Thanks for viewing and have a wonderful day.